For more than 50 years, the International Trade Center has supported trade-led development around the world. Whether it's boosting exports to create better jobs in Myanmar, connecting women coffee entrepreneurs from Rwanda to buyers in the United States, or opening up business opportunities between India and East Africa, the goal is to improve livelihoods in a sustainable way, to create trade impact for good. Since 2014, ITC has redoubled its focus on responding to clients' needs and delivering concrete results in an efficient and cost-effective way. ITC works to help small and medium-sized enterprises, or SMEs, become more competitive in global markets. In most economies, SMEs employ the majority of private sector workers. When SMEs connect to international supply chains, it can translate to broad-based productivity and job gains. Businesses need trade intelligence to find new markets and buyers. ITC's online market analysis tools provide information on suppliers and buyers, tariffs and market requirements, and standards. With sustainability standards becoming increasingly important for market access, ITC last year unveiled the Trade for Sustainable Development principles to support transparency and harmonization. A better business environment boosts prospects for entrepreneurship, trade, and socioeconomic development. From Myanmar to Côte d'Ivoire to Palestine, ITC is working with governments and other stakeholders to develop national export strategies. These roadmaps for trade-led development point to specific actions that can unleash trade in sectors selected for their potential to generate jobs and export revenue. The WTO Trade Facilitation Agreement promises to give SMEs a competitive boost by reducing high trading costs and times. ITC is working with dozens of developing countries to help them simplify customs procedures and notify their trade facilitation commitments to the WTO. These efforts pave the way for countries to ratify the agreement and put it into action. Trade promotion organizations, chambers of commerce, and business associations play a key role in helping SMEs connect to new markets. Leading trade and investment support institutions gathered in Dubai for the TPO Network World Conference in late 2014. They exchanged best practices about enabling SMEs to increase exports and tackle new competitive challenges. The most effective agencies were spotlighted for their work at an award ceremony. Today, the manufacturing chain reaches across many borders. This means that developing countries can now break into world markets by processing parts instead of producing completed goods. SMEs can internationalize by supplying to value chains. To do so, they need to be competitive. ITC is partnering with Bosch, the German engineering and electronics firm, to help Kenyan SMEs slash production and delivery times. This training will be replicated in other African countries. In Bangladesh, ITC is partnering with government and business to make the information technology sector more competitive, to attract foreign companies and increase revenues for local businesses. Emerging economies have become important markets in their own right, as well as major sources of foreign investment. Well-targeted support can help developing country SMEs make the most of these new opportunities. ITC's biggest project to date, supporting Indian Trade and Investment for Africa, or CETA, is building partnerships between Indian and East African businesses in carefully identified sectors, from coffee to business process outsourcing. When trade creates economic opportunities for marginalized communities and incentives for environmental conservation, it contributes to sustainable development. At the Women Vendors Exhibition and Forum in Kigali, ITC set up buyer-seller meetings where women-owned companies signed letters of intent to export worth $5.5 million. ITC launched a guide showing governments how to increase women entrepreneurs' share of the multi-trillion-dollar global public procurement market. In South America, certification in key exports has enabled Peruvian SMEs to boost sales of sustainably sourced natural ingredients while providing tangible rewards for good biodiversity management. In Kenya, a group of private investors are taking the helm of the Ethical Fashion Initiative's Nairobi Production Hub. A share of the new business's profits will be plowed into training for artisans, demonstrating how ITC and funders' support is being leveraged to deliver lasting commercial and social gains. The 2014 World Export Development Forum, targeting job creation through SMEs, brought thought leaders and trade experts to Rwanda, marking the first time ITC's flagship event was held in Africa. Participants came away with a focus on branding, new technologies, and trade and services to unlock SMEs' potential to create jobs, especially for youth. 2015 will test the international community, with a global review of aid for trade in Geneva, the Financing for Development Conference in Addis Ababa, the UN Summit to adopt the post-2015 development agenda in New York, the UN Climate Summit in Paris, and ending with the WTO Ministerial Conference in Nairobi in December.
Decisions taken this year will shape our collective ability to make good on the Sustainable Development Goals. ITC is fit and ready to contribute to global efforts to eradicate poverty, protect our environment, and expand opportunities for all, to create trade impact for good.